Around 11:30 this morning, 5 persons, 3 Belizeans and 2 Mexicans, including a senior officer of the Belize Police Department, were hauled to the Belize City Magistrates Court under heavy police guard and charged in connection with the illegal landing of a drug plane in Tres Leguas near Blue Creek, Orange Walk. The men were arraigned before Senior Magistrate Aretha Ford, after which bail was denied, and they were remanded to the Central Prison in Hattieville until November 1st, when they are to reappear in the Orange Walk Magistrates Court, the jurisdiction in which the crime occurred.
There are 5 persons who have been charged. There are 4 charges, of which 2 are new, have just been added, where the senior police officer who was in charge of the Orange Walk police jurisdiction has now been charged. The police officer who the country was told that he was not going to be charged and would have been put on police interdiction and taken to a police tribunal has been charged. You've seen the name there.
The men are identified as Eli Figueroa Nunez, a 31-year-old who claims to be a businessman from Campeche, Mexico, Azarias Manzano, a 20-year-old farmhand from Quintana Roo, Mexico. And then there are 3 Belizeans, Peter Friesen Jr., a 32-year-old carpenter of Blue Creek Village, as well as Police Constable Norman Anthony, a Lebanon resident stationed at the Blue Creek Police Substation, and Commanding Officer at the Orange Walk Police Station, Superintendent David Chi. All 5 were charged with abetment to the importation of a controlled drug for purposely facilitating the importation of cocaine to Belize. Chi, Anthony, and Friesen Jr., as well as others, were also charged for conspiracy to land a plane at an unlicensed aerodrome. Mexican nationals Nunez and Manzano were additionally charged with drug trafficking. As it relates to the crime of abetment, it is believed that other persons will be charged.
The additional charges, the police originally charged persons, 2 Mexicans and 1 Belizean from Blue Creek had been charged for importing the drugs into Belize and for drug trafficking. And now the additional charges are that it's abetment to import the drugs into Belize, and that has been levied against Police Officer Norman Anthony and Senior Officer David Chi. And the police have also charged conspiracy to land a plane at an airstrip which is not licensed for landing planes. And Norman Anthony and David Chi, along with Mr. Peter Friesen, have been charged for that other. I think one of you pointed out that on the charge sheet for abetment to bring in a plane, the persons who are charged are also charged along with others. So the police are probably looking for others.
It is a historic case because it is the first time that a senior officer at the rank of superintendent has been charged for having been involved in a $14 million drug bust. What came as a surprise, however, was that PC Anthony, who the Commissioner of Police announced would not have been charged, was rearrested on Wednesday night and slapped with multiple charges. His attorney is Leroy Banner.
But he has been charged with 2 counts of, like you rightly mentioned, but I won't want to say anything at this time because the matter is before the court, and I think it will be unfair to say what I want to say then, right?
Sir, have the police provided any sort of details to substantiate these charges as yet?
No, not as yet, but the matter is pretty much new, so hopefully before the day is done, or before next week, we'll get something to indicate why he has been charged, but so far nothing has said. No.
When were you guys notified of this, sir?
About 10 last night, yeah.
But according to Deputy Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, even as Anthony was released, the investigation continued into the crime, and there was enough evidence uncovered for charges to be proffered against him.
At that particular juncture, we had no evidence sufficient enough for us to have been able to lay charges against him. But as you know, the investigation was still ongoing, and his 48 hours period was up. And so, as the investigation progresses, we obtained additional information, and based on that, he was re-detained and charged this morning. We do have evidence, And whenever the matter goes to trial, we will be marshalling those evidence before the court, and it will be a matter for the court to decide his guilt or innocence.
Is it expected that there will be other persons who will be charged,
Well,
either within the police department or outside the police
the investigation is still ongoing, and if it is that evidence should manifest itself as to the involvement of any other individual, whether police or not, then we will follow the evidence wherever it takes us.
Today, outside the courtroom, the relatives and friends of the accused narco-traffickers stood watch as their loved ones were placed in cuffs and carted away in the heavily tinted police van. They were briefly taken to the Queen Street police station before they were further transported to the central prison, where they will spend their first night behind bars. While those for the Mexican nationals denied comment, a tearful Maria Friesen spoke out in defense of her son.
My heart is broken right now for my son. I love too much my sons. I have 2 and 1 daughter. But my heart is broken. My grandsons and his wife are waiting for his dad.
Mamba, what was he doing out there?
No, I don't know. But because he's a working guy, he's a decent guy, he never had problem with the laws, with nothing.
So again, do you know what of his whereabouts on Sunday? What was he doing? Because police are saying that they detained him out there after 2 that morning on Sunday morning.
No, I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know.
Has he or any member of your family ever been criminally charged before, ma'am?
No, sir. No, never. Never.
Duane, Moody for News 5.